You know we're talking about tense. Past, present, future. So the eyes behind them look to your, the eyes within look to your, and the eyes before look to your. How many of them are there? Four of them. Okay, you ready? Now, back in chapter 4 and verse 7, and it said, and the first beast looked like a, and the second beast looked like a, and the third beast looked like the, and the fourth beast, all right, and each of them had 6 wings, or each of them had 3 pairs. Right? Right? So if each beast had 3 pair, how many sets of wings is that total? 12 sets. Each of them have 3. All right. So the lion has how many sets of wings? 3. Right? The man has how many? 3. The calf or the ox have? 3. And then the eagle has? 3. So that's a total of 12. Well, why are there 12? Because there are 12 tribes. So each tribe had a set of wings. Now, I'm going to tell you what the wings are for. Thank you. All right. Numbers 2. Numbers 2 now tells us the placement of what these images are. They're called ensigns or standards. All right. In Numbers chapter 2, in verse 2, it talks about Judah. Judah went to the east. East is kind of this direction. All right. So over here in the eastern part, so Judah, there it is, and Judah's ensign or standard was a lion. All right. And next to Judah, if you read, I don't want to read all of that. The chapter's too long. There were 2 other tribes on the other side of Judah. So it was a pair of wings for that tribe, a pair of wings for Judah, and a pair of wings for the other side. Y'all need me to read all that? Y'all can read that on your own. That is commercial. I can read. Okay? All right. So to the south then would have been Reuben. And Reuben's standard was a man. So there are 2 other tribes with Reuben. So you got your next 3 set, right? And over here to the west was Ephraim, right? So Ephraim was an ox, and there are 2 other tribes on either side of Ephraim. So you got 3 there. And to the north was Dan, right? Right? And on either side of Dan was another tribe. So we got 3 to the east, 3 to the south, 3 to the west, 3 to the north. So every tribe had a set of wings. Now, why did God connect wings to us? Because God wanted us from Exodus chapter 19 to know, I did not just get you out of your captivity. I bore you on eagle's wing. Now, you thought you was just going through the muck. Actually, you were soaring right over all of it. Y'all not listening to me. Now, you see, you can't use the word soaring when I was feeling bad because you were stuck in your emotions versus sitting down in your chair. Did you hear me? Well, it didn't feel good. I felt bad. I felt torn. That's because you didn't understand your placement. Just because you're seated don't mean you don't know that down in the earth realm somewhere you're not going through stuff. But because you're seated, yeah, I'm going through it, but look at where I'm seeing it from. Okay. I have a different perspective when I'm seated. Right? Now, all right, you gave me the wings, but what are these eyes doing? You ready? Yes. 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. Woo! So you ready for this? Where's my hollering section? Now the beasts have eyes where? And they have? And they? All right, let's go back to behind. In all of your history, God says, my eyes were running to and fro throughout the whole earth, looking for an opportunity to show you how strong I was on your behalf. Did y'all hear what he just said? So what you calling trouble and turmoil and mess up, God said, you didn't see my eyes running, setting you up, creating a situation? You missed that part. Well, you say, well, I was in some terrible stuff. God said, it didn't stop me. I saw it all. And what I said about it was different than what came out of your mouth. You said, this is ugly, this is nasty. And I said, oh, that's holy. Well, how is it holy? Because I just saw it as another opportunity for me to insert some glory. Because Paul said, because I reckon the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be. I saw you in your suffering, but I knew it was going to evolve to glory. So before you got out, I'd already labeled it holy. Ah! All right. Anybody in some stuff right now? So God said, right now, in your present, I got my eyes running to and fro throughout the whole earth. And you think God don't know where you are? I got them running throughout the whole earth, looking for an opportunity to show myself strong. Now, this is what you're missing. If he's going to show yourself strong, somebody's got to get weak so he can look stronger. So I got to let you fall into some stuff. Now listen. You call it, well, I did it on my own. It was purposeful. God said, let me show you it from my perspective. I'll take what you did, what you thought about doing, what you connived to do, what you schemed to do. I'll get in the midst of all that and still show forth my glory, because I'm that kind of God. Anybody in the room talking to me? Well, why would he do that? Now, within and forward. All right, this way. So I even know, according to Jeremiah, you're expected in. I'm already setting up where you're going. So while you're still stuck in your present, I'm writing out your future. It's orchestrated by me. Now, you ready? This is the hollering chapter. You ready? Psalms 34:15 says this: the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. So how long has God been watching? How long? How long has this angelic group been with God? Before the foundation of the world. So they were setting up and watching your stuff before you even showed up. So why would God abandon you now? Answer the question. Why do you think he would abandon you now? Why do you think he would leave you now? He said, because I just gave myself to the devil. I just yielded myself, and the devil just made havoc with my mind and with my desires, and I'm just a mess. For real? I got a verse for you. 1 Peter chapter 5. Ready? Now, what's our verse in 2 Chronicles 16:9? The eyes of the Lord do what? And this is free. I just like quoting this one because this is juicy. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, does what? And what are the eyes doing? All right, so while the devil trying to walk you up into something, the eyes of the Lord have already ran to it. Did anybody hear me? So the devil's trying to walk up on a plan, and the eyes of the Lord are already there while the devil's still walking trying to get you there. What do you say? That no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. Did you hear me? Before you get there, before you do it, God's eyes already saw it. You said, but it was the ugliest mistake of my life. Who told you that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that it's not redeemable? You ready? Come on, come on. Y'all got that? 2 Corinthians 10:3 says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. You ready? Yeah? Y'all got it? Come on, I want to get it so I can read the rest of it. All right. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Say with me, carnal. And I need to stop thinking carnal. I need to stop thinking carnal. All right, so let's talk about this weapon. You ready? Go to Psalms 110. Now I'm telling you, it fell just like this. And I said, my God, I never looked at that like that. Man, that's juicy. You ready? Psalm 110. Yes? Say amen when you got it. All right. The Lord said unto, I thought y'all had it. The Lord said unto my Lord. You read it too fast. Said. Okay, we got to find out who's talking. Is that a capital L-O-R-D? And then a capital L, then lowercase O-R-D? So the big one said to the little one, you need to sit. And do what? Sit, first of all, where? Until what? Lord have mercy. Y'all gonna make me holler all by myself today. So who is talking? See, this is where it gets complicated because, you know, I said last week, everybody want to do, you know, the talent, and the big daddy God sitting up there with a beard on his throne, and the Holy Ghost floating around somewhere. See, God is spirit. And when spirit took on manifestation of anything outside of its spirit essence, it also took the name of that. So God was a rock. God was a water. God's been many things, but when God became a man, he took on the name of man, and that makes him a son, not by power, but by humanity. So the Spirit said to the human man, sit there until I make all your enemies your footstool. Hold on. So understand God is a spirit. Hebrews 1 says Jesus Christ was the expressed image of God. So in order for us to see the spirit, God veiled himself with the flesh so that we can see what he looked like. Right? So not only is he the expressed image of God, Colossians said he's also the fullness of the Godhead bodily. So all that was in the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost rests bodily in Jesus Christ. So the Spirit, L-O-R-D, the big one, said to the Son, Jesus Christ, said, you just sit here. We're all sitting here together in you, and watch us make your enemy the footstool. See, you ought to raise your feet like this. Said, I feel something under my feet. It must be the enemy's neck. Are y'all hearing me? Now look what he said. Not only do I want you to sit, but I want you at the right hand. Now, does God have rights and lefts? Is there a right wing and a left wing in heaven? What What is he talking about? This position called, right? He's talking about power. He's talking about authority. He's talking about influence. So not only want you to sit here and be me and becoming me, all of me, but understand you are all of me. You are, Jesus said it this way. He said, all power is given unto me in heaven and earth. He is the fullness of all of it. And guess what? When he sat down, we, the sons of God, sat down on the right side with him. So when the enemy said, this is what I'm going to do to you this week, he said, and this is what I'm going to do to you. Now, why this spot? Come on, you got a few more minutes? I'm almost there. Yes? Okay, now, watch what this verse says. Until I do what? The Lord shall, look, send the, didn't we read some over in Revelation chapter 5 about the man-child and the rod to rule the nations with? Didn't we just read that? Okay, so look what it says. The Lord shall send the rod out of thy strength. Where? Zion is the spiritual name for the church. So Jesus is sitting where? Here on the throne with the Father at the right hand. We, the sons of God, are seated with him. God said, now, I'm going to send my strength with my rod out of Zion. Who do you think he's talking about now? Hello? I'm going to send my strength. Now, I'm seated here on the throne. On the right side of it, with all power, me and God and all of us are right here together with you. But I want to send something with God that represent my strength, and I want to send them out of Zion. Guess who he's talking? He's talking about us, the sons of God. Come on, I got it for you. Look, Hebrews chapter 10. Come on, you got to turn real fast. Hebrews 10. Come on, y'all. Hebrews 10. Read verse 12. Okay, it said this, who? So we're talking about the man. The man Jesus. Right? Inside of Jesus was the Christ. That's the God part. All right? So this man, the man, did what? So who are we talking about? The man Jesus on the cross offered a sacrifice for all of us. Then what did the man do? The man. Say it for me, Linda. The man. What did the man do? Linda. So down. The man. The man. What did the man do? What did he do? The man sat down. Keep reading from. On the right hand of God. Yeah. Keep reading from. Now, he is seated. Guess what he's doing? I'm just sitting here, henceforth expecting. Because I'm about to send something from this seat that's going to make all my enemies. So, guess who's going to win the war? Hello? Guess who's going to win? Guess who's going to engage the battle? Jesus said, look, I've already done it all. I just need some ambassadors to enforce what I've already set in motion. Okay, y'all ain't got it yet. All right, Isaiah 6. Come on, here it is. In the year the king Uzziah died. Somebody get on the B3. Let me put some humming with it. In the year the king Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord. Wait. You got it? Isaiah 6. In the year that the what? I saw the Lord sitting. He was sitting. He was sitting. Where? And he was what? And it's what? That's right. And Then it talks about the seraphims, and they had 6 wings, and they covered their face, and they covered their feet, and with the other pair they did fly. And guess what they were saying?
Holy, holy, holy.
Guess what? Holy, holy, holy what? The whole earth is what? I want you to look at your neighbor and say, ooh, wee. I don't know how I missed that. That whole earth is full of glory. That's what they were saying. The whole earth is full of glory. Tell them, I know people say you was full of other stuff, but I want to tell you what God said. You are full of glory. You are full of glory. You are full of glory. I said it. I said it on the camera. You are full of glory. Preacher, you were rare form today. You ready? Now watch this. So they're crying, the whole earth is full of glory, right? And when these angels cried, I want you to see it. Whatever this edifice is that God was in, Revelations does not describe a building, but something moved. So the more you say your whole earth is full of glory, you ought to be saying something just moved. When I said that about myself, something just shifted, something just got out of the way. Am I the only one having fun here today? All right, watch this now. Then said I, this is Isaiah saying, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips. I dwell in the midst of the people of unclean lips, for mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth and said, lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Here we go. Now watch this. Remember me saying, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit here till I do what? And then it said something about the rod of his strength that's going out of Zion. So a question was asked, who can I send? Isn't that the next verse? What did it say? And who? Now we just read it in Psalms 110. The rod of his strength, he's going to send out of Zion. So Isaiah is seeing a picture of this, and the Lord is saying, okay, I've just purged you. I've just cleaned you. Don't you know the access and the authority and the influence and the positioning? You are perfectly able to represent me, but I need to ask the question, who will I send? Who will go for me? No, you sit there and say, I ain't going nowhere. All this, shoot. All I went through to get here, to dwell here, to sit up in here, you asked me to do what? God said, I need somebody to go. Because if you don't go, the world won't know. They won't know what? They won't know how I got you out, because they need to get out just like I got you out. But somebody believable has got to tell them. Huh? Somebody believable's got to tell them, which means, you know what? I didn't take you through all that stuff just to say I took you through it. I took you through it so that somebody could relate to what you was in, so that you could tell them that I got you out, so that they can get out too and sit with all of us up in here. What? Amen. You want me to tell them all of that? Tell them the whole story. Watch me. I'm going somewhere. You ready? So Jesus said this. This is where we were last week. John 17:18. He said, Father, as thou hast sent me into the world, I've sent them. Have I accepted my commissioning? That in my seated position, God said, I want you to represent me now. I need to send you. Right? I'm in Revelation chapter 12 now. Come on. How much time I got? Somebody tell me plenty. Revelation 12. I know it must be close to the eye because I saw y'all turning the pages slow. All right? 7. Revelation 7, 12 and 7. Now, there was a war in heaven. Michael? And his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon? Fought and his angels. And prevailed not. Neither was there a place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, that deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Present. And I heard a loud voice saying unto me, now is come. Oh, Now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night, and they overcame him. Lord have mercy. By the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and so this is what I need you to be saying. I'm not holding on to what I call my life that dear that I'm embarrassed to tell somebody that I was the hookup. I have not forgotten what I just did last week. Huh? I have very clear recollection of what I was in and what I was doing and how I was doing it. To be sitting up here next to you and act like I've been saved all my life. Not to add what I've done since I've been speaking in tongues. The stuff I've done since I've been bishopized and apostolized and pastored. See, 2 Corinthians 4 says, see, if our gospel be hid, he's talking about our deliverance, it's hid from them that are lost. So God is saying, look, I've empowered you with the seed to know that this is how you're going to conquer the enemy. All you have to do is remind him of the blood in your seat. And when you open up your mouth, you're going to snatch people out of the fire. Could it be that simple? That the power over the enemy is already in your mouth. Tell it. Tell it. Now, you heard me last week. You know you can't tell everybody your business. No. And you dare not put all your stuff on Facebook. See, I don't even have it. I'm working on it, but it's going to be about 2 lines. Love the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Huh? Oh, I know I need to upgrade. But some of the stuff out here that people put out there, I can't see that glorifying God. Because you don't sound any better after you wrote it with your comments. Wow. Okay, so what do you say? I believe that, but by the Spirit, you know those individuals that need to hear all of your story. Huh? And then when that spirit connection happens, don't hesitate. And you know what? And I'm even at this point now. So what if they broadcast? Publicity. So what if they put it out there? As long as I know who got me out of it, I can finish the story for you. I'll tell you how the story's going to end. Okay. So here we have this great empowering to do what? Our testimony is so needed in the world. We walk by people every day that are numb. They've lost their feeling. They lost their joy. They lost their emotion. And all we have to do is just point. Let me tell you what he did for me. From that seated position. Let me give you these last 2 thoughts and we're done. All right? Y'all didn't say all right. That means you want me to read them fast. Okay. First of all, John chapter 10. The thief cometh not for to
kill, steal, and destroy.
And here you are sitting on life and won't share it. You're full of life. And people are being robbed right in front of you. And you will not set them free. And you want to carry his name? You want to say you're a son of God? We're going to say that we're Christians and we won't even say the word to break them out of their bondage. we're full of life. Some of us are running over. We are just dripping, oozing. Our cars don't even need oil change. We got all the oil in us. Huh? We're full of it. We're just oozing with it. And we're storing it up for who? For what? 2 Chronicles 20:20. King Jehoshaphat found himself in a very terrible spot. The Bible said enemy had laid siege to their land. He set out through all his province to gather all of Judah, and he began to rehearse the goodness of the Lord. I'm just paraphrasing now, you'll get my point. See, I don't want you to think sitting is the posture of just sitting. It's about being still in his presence. The Bible says here in 2 Chronicles chapter 20, as they began to roll down and start reminding God of what he had done and who he was and how much they needed him, he said, God, we don't know what to do. And said all of Judah stood waiting for a heavenly response. They just stood there. Yes. And while they were standing, the Lord sent a prophet in the midst of them and said, you don't even have to fight this battle. I got this one for you. See, just the power of your stillness. See, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. His ears are open to your cry. All you have to do is take your rightful position, your posture, sitting, standing, and still. Say, God, we don't know what to do, but our eyes are on you. Could you do that with me today? Come on, I'm asking you. Would you just stand with me and say, God, we don't know what to do. There's situations there, things that take place in the course of our day, in the course of our week, that are beyond our ability to discern and figure out. But God, our eyes are on you. Come on, this morning, saints, I just need you to go up and down your row and just ask them. I just want to make sure it's well with you. I just want to make sure it's okay with you. I'm going to stand here with you. Tell them you got to share your story. They overcame him. We are the group of overcomers. We're covered by the blood of the Lamb. We have the word of our testimony. And we're not trying to hold on to our life anymore. We're willing to spill it. We're willing to empty it. We are willing to drink of the cup. Come on, the altar's open. Dim the lights just for a few moments. The altar's open. If there's somebody here that needs some help,